The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
Friday, woo! Good morning to you. It's Tony Kurre here, checking in on Facebook Live, and of course you can hear us on the Tony Kurre Radio app. Download the Tony Kurre Radio app. Just plug in TKR on Android or Apple, and you can pull up our app. It takes 5 or 10 seconds. Tens of thousands of people have done it. They love it. We've got 5-star reviews from every stinking person that we've had on there. Super proud of it. Also go to Spotify and search Tony Kurre Radio. That's Kurre with a K, K-U-R-R-E, and listen to, I think we got over 200 different episodes now. Podcast, everything from Dark Side of the Pooch, Adapted Gents, Adapted Parish, Mission Minded, Livewire Wednesday, brought to you by Southern Precision Staffing. Last night, man, Blues Almighty, the 23rd episode was all about New Orleans. It was killer with Austin Hanks, Billy F. Gibbons. They do a show on Thursday with the Damon Johnson show on Friday, and I'll be filling in for Stuart Rome today, doing When in Rome with Stuart Rome. It's actually When in Rome with Tony Kurre, talking about all the great songs that he's played on When in Rome, brought to you by the Woodhouse Day Spas, birmingham.woodhousespas.com, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. It's a great show, and I picked 6 or 7 songs from all the previous shows we did. It's fantastic, so check it out. Want to give a big thank you to Fox 6 yesterday. Love being on with Janice and Mike. We do a regular hit every single Thursday, Dr. Josh and I, Curry and Claypo, so special thanks to Fox 6. And also, don't forget, we've got our big Detonation Station thing coming up here a week from Monday. It's going to be the 4th of July. How cool is that, the 4th of July being on a Monday? Nice long weekend. We did a soundtrack the last couple of years. We were told that we could not mention anything about Thunder on the Mountain, so I don't mention Thunder on the Mountain because I can't say Thunder on the Mountain. I will never say Thunder on the Mountain because we don't endorse them. We're not behind it. The fireworks are going off over Vulcan's ass. I get that, but if you want to listen to the Detonation Station, the Tony Kurre Radio app, while you're watching those fireworks, I promise you it'll make your fireworks have a little extra pop to it. We'll light the wick around 8 o'clock on the 4th of July. We're putting together a brand new bed for it, so the music's going to be killer. I know the Lee Greenwood and the Star Spangled Banner and Katy Perry, and I know all these songs fit in. We like to rock it up, man. We like to put some great classic rock to your fireworks show, and that could be for your backyard. It could be for your street party. It could be by the lake, whatever you want to do. The Detonation Station's coming up here. A couple stories I want to get into. One is a Billboard magazine, which has kind of been the standard of how not only artists get streamed and get paid, but whether they have number one hits and everything else. It's been a standard for a long period of time. They just came out with their top 60 sexiest songs of all time. And of course, it's relative, it's selective, it's objective. It really has nothing to do with the song itself as far as the sex, but how it performed in Billboard's Top 100. And you will be blown away by what the number one sexy song of all time, according to Billboard, is. We'll have it for you in just a few seconds. I was watching the NBA draft last night. My 17-year-old kid was over at his mom's, so we were kind of going back and forth. Congratulations to Jabari, who went third. A lot of people thought the Auburn kid should have went first, but he went third. But the big story of the night was this G League kid, Dyson Daniels, who ended up going 8th to the Pelicans, not because he's a hell of a basketball player, but because of his mother. I don't know if you saw the video. If you pull up Dyson Daniels' mother, you're going to see a ton of pictures of her. She's a very attractive woman, blonde woman, had a slit up the side, had some serious cleavage going out. She was sitting there with her mate, her significant other, and their son, and everybody in the world is only talking about Dyson Daniels' mother. We are such creeps. Listen, if I'm walking around and I see anything flesh-colored, it could be the side of a bus, I'm going to look. Anytime a guy sees anything that's tan-colored or flesh-colored, we look. We just, if we're flipping through a magazine, we're on the internet or whatever, we see flesh, our eyes just, the lizard brain goes there, right? And it's okay to look at that. Some women probably do that too. But to comment on it on internet, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you're on last night was hilarious. And it just paints guys as just total flipping creeps. She is a mother. She is hot. She was revealing a lot, and that's fine, and you can look all you want, but do you have to comment on it? If you get on Twitter or get on these major sites, Barstool Sports or whatever, and look at some of the comments, there were people saying this is the best pick of the night, Dyson Daniels' mother. By the way, her name is Brakita Cool Daniels. How cool is that name? Brakita Cool Daniels. Pull up a picture of Brakita Cool Daniels and you'll see what I mean. You notice that over the last couple, the NFL draft's the same way, man. We're not looking at the players, we're looking at their hot mothers. We are freaks. Scott Jackson, good morning to you. It's funny because we look at that stuff. I mean, I have unconsciously look at things, it's clickbait, and I mean, like there's a couple sites. I go to New York Post and I go to Daily UK, and the whole right side is just all women, desperate housewives and housewives, NBA housewives, and all these, and they're all pictures of them in bikinis, and it's just there, so it's kind of hard not to look at it. But when you're talking about a dude who just went the NBA draft, 8 to the Pelicans, and everyone's talking about his mother, Brakita Cool Jackson, check it out. There was a story about Putin's poop I wanted to get into, but I think I'm going to leave that for maybe Monday. So it is relative, it is selective, is it objective? These are the sexiest songs ever from Billboard's Top 100. What they did is they took any song from like 1953 to 2022, and if the song has something to do with intimacy, love, or sex, it was in, which has got to be a million different songs. And then they looked at those songs based on how they perform. For example, Chris Isaak's Wicked Games, which is, a lot of people would say, Al Cooper, good morning to you, is one of the sexiest songs, if not the sexiest song of all time. A lot of people think that Wicked Games is like the best, sexiest song of all time, particularly if you remember the Friends episode where Ross and Rachel were getting after it. But that's probably not in here because it didn't rank very high on Billboard's Top 100 when it came out. I don't even know if it was released as a single. So, for example, Foreigner's Urgent, which I don't consider a sexy song, was number 55 on this list. Tone Loc's Wild Thing was number 48. George Michael's I Want Your Sex, which I think is like a super hot, sexy song, but because it didn't stay in the top 100 very long, it's 47th. Donna Summer, by the way, is in here more than any other artist. So here is some of yours. The Starland Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight, was number 21 because it performed really well on Billboards. What Up, Brother, to You? The Rolling Stones, Honky Tonk Woman, was number 12. Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy, number 11. Exile's Kiss You All Over, number 10. LMFAO, Sexy, and I Know It was in there. Madonna's Like a Virgin. The Captain and Tennille, Do That To Me One More Time, was number 8, I believe. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 7. Donna Summer, Hot Stuff, number 6. Let's Get It On from Marvin Gaye. That's probably one of my, that's like just a killer song, man. I mean, if you're playing that song and you're around your lady friend or your man friend and you can't get it done when you're playing Let's Get It On. First of all, if you're with somebody and you have not consummated the relationship and you walk in and Let's Get It On is on, you better be ready. Or if you ain't ready, you better leave. Get out of here. Al Cooper said my most sexy song is Peanut Butter Jelly Time. All right, then. Next, Too Close is number 4. Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You, number 2. Rod Stewart's Tonight's the Night was number 2 on this list. Boys to Men was number 3. I remember that video, the Rod Stewart Tonight's the Night video. Do you remember that video? That was a pretty smoking hot video for the time. When that thing came on MTV, man, it was almost like watching HBO Max at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like rated R. It was good. And the number 1 sexy song of all time, based on how it performed in Billboard's Top 100 and the fact that it has something to do with sex. And really, if you watch the video, there's no sex in it at all. And it was only because Olivia Newton-John felt really uncomfortable is Let's Get Physical. That was one of those videos, man. You remember when Sheena Easton got super hot? She started doing Sugar Walls and stuff with Prince. And I couldn't wait to watch her videos because she's really hot, and I wanted to see what she was going to be wearing and stuff, right? It's like when a Katy Perry or a Taylor Swift video comes out. So when Let's Get Physical, the video came out, I was like, this is going to be smoking hot. Because Olivia Newton-John, based on her Grease things and some of her movie roles and Xanadu and stuff, she was always that kind of squeaky clean, kind of sexy thing on the side. So you never knew what that video was going to be, and it just showed a bunch of fat people on treadmills. She looked good in her spandex and stuff, but I was kind of like, really? This is the sexiest song of all time? Oh, so there you have it. Hey, I hope you have a great Friday, great weekend. Last weekend before the 4th of July. Stay cool out there. It's been smoking hot. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to download the Tony Kurre Radio app. We're getting after it. We got some great shows. Looking forward. I'm having lunch today with a good friend of mine from Southern Precision Staffing, Kai, and we're going to talk about the future. We have some really, really cool things we're going to be doing with some new shows. Kip Kiefer has got 2 new shows that are going to be joined here on Tony Kurre Radio. We're going to be doing a Wanna Bet show, which is going to be great. Since we've been on, and people know that, I like to watch ball games and put a little action on some things, we're going to have our own pick show, and a lot of those episodes are going to be done from Las Vegas exclusively for Tony Kurre Radio. So Kip Kiefer's going to be on our show. That show starts in August, and then starting on July 5th, we're trying to pull this off. He's got a show called Need to Know, which is Kip and his good friend Terry, and they're going to be doing a 30-minute show every single week here on Tony Kurre Radio as well. And again, all those shows are going to be up on Spotify. Go to Spotify, search Tony Kurre Radio. You can listen to all of them. Jeff Ray, good morning to you. So check it out. It's fantastic. The rest of the time, man, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all classic rock and roll, and your Detonation Station coming up here on Monday on the 4th of July. Al Cooper said, been listening, great office music. Everyone download the app. I love it. Office music? I like it. Yeah, you don't have to listen to Magic in the office. Listen to some classic rock. Hey, listen, there's research that shows that when you listen to great classic rock and roll, you actually get a lot more done than you do if you listen to some of that softer stuff. We're not safe around here, man. We like to get after it. And of course, if you listen to us, we don't play really, really deep stuff. We don't play stuff you don't know. We play stuff you do know, you just don't hear anymore. And so we're happy to bring it to you. All right, enough. Have a great day and a great weekend. Thanks for watching. I love you.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.